Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of 12-Inch Figure Fanatic. Remember to subscribe. It's been a while, and I apologize, but I was kind of traveling around Europe for a little bit, so I'm back. But that doesn't mean while I was gone, I wasn't getting any new figures in, because I definitely did. So there's a few episodes here that we're going to catch up on. One of the things that came in was this Return of the Living Dead 245 trioxin barrel with split dog and basement diorama. There is, at the same time that they announced this, they announced the zombie figure. It's kind of a blackened, crispy looking, like covered with oil zombie. And I don't remember this film very well, but I kind of remember that there was a zombie in this barrel, and I guess that's what kickstarted the whole infestation of zombies in this particular film. But anyways, the figure itself is still on pre-order, but the accessories here were released beforehand, which to me it seems like it should be in reverse. Like the accessories don't do too much for me until I have the figure. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to do the unboxing and review of this until I have the figure, and I'll do that episode together at that point. But I imagine that the reason they did that is because maybe the figure, there was a little bit more involved in producing it, and so there was a little bit of a delay as a result. Or they were just able to get this out quicker because there's less moving parts maybe. But look forward to this video in an upcoming episode. But why we're really here today, and I'm so stoked about this, is the Zoltar Speaks machine. And this was on pre-order for quite some time, and there was some slight delay, which is not typical of New Wave toys. This company puts out some just kick-ass stuff, very nostalgic video game, arcade game systems, all 1/6 scale, which I appreciate because it means that you could integrate them with your figure collection. One popular thing to do is recreate the arcade in Terminator 2 and have John Connor playing video games. So I've seen some people put a Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly with the Gunslinger game, that machine in with these New Wave Toys machines to kind of make it blend seamlessly. Zoltar Speaks, it was very popular in the film Big. It kind of exploded because of that film. But that was a custom Zoltar Speaks machine in that film. And speaking of that, I have a special treat for you at the end of this video because I actually recreated myself that machine from that film. But this one is the one that you are all used to seeing out in the wild at arcades across the country for decades now. This has a lot of moving parts, and it has a light up feature, and I forgot what else it does. Maybe the card even comes out at the end. But let's open this up and see what we got. All right, so the box, pretty plain, typical of what I've gotten from them before, but it says, do not fork this side up. So it's meant to, I guess, look like a crate that it would come in. And then inside you've got the nicely decorated box. And this one is very vintage looking. Fully animated head, eyes, mouth, and arm. Mini coin operated and free play button activated. Speaks all 16 recorded messages. Fortune card dispenser with all 55 fortunes included. Wow. And then this is just a summary of the features, that it is 1/6 scale. All the stuff I previously mentioned. Motion sensor activated attract mode. This is important because this is how I remember these in the arcade, is that you would walk by it and it would recognize that there was somebody walking nearby, and it would say, kind of like beckon you over. I forget what it said exactly, but this has the same feature, which I think is really cool. LED cabinet lighting feature, faux power cord, officially licensed. So, good stuff. so looking forward to this. Long time in the waiting. This company is so cool. You could even buy the carpeting, that black light carpeting that was typical of arcades in the 80s and early 90s, with the planets on it that kind of glowed. So it's a nice way to display your arcade games. All right. So here we have, looks like the instruction manual. That fake power cord, 3-pronged. Charging cord, it looks like, USB-C. Some fake coins, tokens. Instruction manual, which I'm sure I'm going to need to read at some point. Uh-oh. Looks like there might be some assembly required here. What is this? A reel of some kind. Okay, so it looks like a card dispenser. And the actual machine. Wow, this thing is fantastic. All right, so it looks like it's battery operated. No, this is where the reel goes that I just showed you. And I guess it feeds through here so that you could dispense the card. Now what I could tell already is that the card is not 1/6 scale. On the bottom here you've got just a sticker, 2024. There's rubber padding on the bottom here so it doesn't slide around or scratch up whatever surface you have it on. Little coin slot here. And activation button, I'm assuming there. But look at the detailing on this. How cool. I'm sure the lamps in the back glow as well. I can't wait to get this thing moving. And then it looks like coin collection box. So the coins just kind of go in there and collect in this box that you insert in the front there. And then it's got a, looks like the attraction mode, and then off, IR, volume, on-off button here, the faux AC cable, and this is where you charge it. So considering it didn't turn on right away, I'm going to need to charge this, and I'm going to read the instructions in the meantime, figure out how this whole thing works, and be back to you in a few minutes. All right, so we have relocated to my kitchen counter so that I can finish this video while it's plugged in and charging. I did read the instructions, and the way it works is you open up, now it's already got one roll loaded, but you open this up, you unscrew these two screws here, and then you feed this other roll in. So I haven't checked the website, but I'm hoping that they sell the refills of this thing. Otherwise, you're just kind of screwed after you finish these two rolls. But I think there's 56 tickets per roll, so it'll take a while, and each ticket is different. Now, I had mentioned earlier that the tickets themselves aren't 1/6 scale, but they had a tough choice to make. Either keep it 1/6 scale and you can't read what's on it, or make it a little bit bigger and let you read your fortune. So I think they made the right choice. All right, so it's in sensor mode right now, which means that when I wave my hand across the sensor, it's going to recognize it, and it's like the real deal where if you were walking through the arcade and you walk past the machine. All right, I'll show you that.
I see you over there. Yes, you. Come on over and let Zoltar be sharing with you your fortune.
All right, now I'll zoom in a little closer so you can see all the details. Notice that the eyes are going to move, the mouth moves, the head not bobs, the lamps in the back light up, the hands move, and the crystal ball glows, and there's even a micro LED in the genie lamp.
Zoltar, the great gypsy, and I can see your fortune. Come see it too, no?
All right, now we're going to use the full mode. So now I'm that customer that puts the coin in and hopefully get my fortune.
What are you waiting for? Come on over. You may have heard this, but Zoltar is here to tell you you can believe it. Age is simply a matter of mind. If you don't mind, then my friend, it doesn't matter. So go on, be carefree like a little baby. But first, give Zoltar a little money, and I will give you a fortune.
And there's the fortune. So you tear it off, and there it is. Isn't that great? I just love this thing. All right, so let's walk back to the other area where I was filming, and I'm going to do the side-by-side with the one I made. I'm so excited to show you. All right, we're back. And here is a side-by-side of the New Wave one and the one that I made that is very different. Like I said, this one is based on the film Big. But it does light up. I'll show you. So I actually have two switches here. One for the bottom portion and one for the top portion. And there we have it. So it lights up the way it should, but I'm not mechanically inclined, so I couldn't make it so that the mouth bobs up and down and have that scary effect like in the film. But I even put the little coins there. That lights up. The panel in the back lights up. Then you got the little card dispenser here, Zoltar Fortune. And just like in the film, the card he gets is, "Your wish is granted," because he wishes to be big. Yeah, a lot of detailing throughout. It takes a while to make. And I've even got a sticker on the back here, a manufacturer sticker. Now, the reason I made this is all because of this guy here. I saw this listed, I think on eBay, custom Tom Hanks from the movie Big. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. But you know, it'd be even better if somebody had the machine. And I looked through forums. It looked like somebody was trying to crowdfund, raise money to make a batch of them and couldn't get it off the ground. And so I decided to make it on my own and 3D printed it, painted all the parts, glued it together, did all the LED work, and there you have it. And if you check my feed, there's a video kind of intro of this machine. Now I do have this listed on my Etsy. I'm actually selling these custom made to order. And my Etsy page is Lozone, Lozone. If you search that under Etsy, you'll see my shop. I have other stuff there too. I do all kinds of media, painting and drawing, sculptures, 3D prints, paper crafts, you name it. I get a lot of custom requests as well. I do a few 1/6 scale things. I also have the 1/6 scale maze from The Shining. I may have done a video on that. I think maybe it was on my to-do list. But let's get back to the subject at hand here. So, scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give this, a 9.8. I'm taking off some points just because it maybe looks a little bit cartoonish, the proportions, like maybe the arms too short, the head too cartoony. Um, Other than that, I mean, outstanding. When New Wave announced they were doing this, I was like, "Oh boy, this is quite an undertaking. This isn't like using the arcade games where you just insert a video system in there. This is a lot of moving parts. Speaking of which, they also announced that they're doing a pinball machine, and I pre-ordered that as well. I'm looking forward to that. It's the first pinball machine in their lineup, and I'm hoping it's just the first of many. It's the Black Hole, I believe, the theme of the pinball machine. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I highly recommend you buy this and add this to your collection. Even if you don't have a large 1/6 scale figure collection, just having this as a display piece in your home, and people will get a real kick out of it, especially if they're walking through your living room and this thing goes off. It's hilarious. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.